Most people think hypercars live in a different world from normal vehicles. They are treated almost like moving pieces of art instead of machines that can break, crash, or fail like any other car. That idea became very clear after a rare Bugatti Chiron Sport was damaged in an accident in Miami. The crash itself was not the kind of event people would expect to destroy one of the most expensive cars on Earth. A simple Japanese delivery truck worth only a few $1,000s collided with Bugatti worth several million. The internet immediately became interested because the difference in value between the two vehicles sounded unbelievable. Many people expected the repair to follow a normal process. The owner would contact Bugatti, insurance companies would inspect the car, technicians would calculate the damage, and then the vehicle would eventually return to the road. Instead, the situation turned into one of the biggest public conflicts the luxury car world had seen in years. The moment Bugatti inspected the damaged vehicle, everything changed. According to reports shared online, the company quickly decided that the car should not return to the road through ordinary repair methods. The decision shocked people because the car was not completely destroyed. The body had damage, the carbon fiber structure needed work, and several expensive parts would need replacement. But the vehicle still existed in one piece. Yet Bugatti treated the car almost like it had reached the end of its life forever. That was the moment the story stopped being about a crash and became something much larger. It became a debate about ownership, control, repair rights, and the power luxury brands hold over the machines they sell. The internet quickly split into two sides. Some people believed Bugatti was simply protecting safety standards and brand quality. Others believed the company was using its power to control owners long after the cars were sold. The story exploded even more when YouTuber and mechanic Mat Armstrong became involved. Once his name entered the situation, millions of viewers suddenly started paying attention to what normally would have stayed hidden inside the world of elite car manufacturers. I don't understand why this situation became so dramatic. People first need to understand what the Bugatti Chiron Sport actually represents. This is not an ordinary supercar that can be replaced by visiting another dealership. The Sport is one of the rarest and most extreme vehicles Bugatti has ever built. Only a very small number were produced, making every single car highly valuable even before custom options are added. Buyers of these cars are usually billionaires, collectors, or people already owning several exotic vehicles. The Sport was designed as a sharper and more aggressive version of the regular Chiron. Engineers reduce weight, change the suspension setup, improve handling, and focus heavily on making the car feel more intense on winding roads. Under the body sits Bugatti's famous quad-turbocharged W16 engine, producing enormous power that very few cars on Earth can match. Everything about the vehicle is expensive. Even small parts can cost more than complete family cars. Carbon fiber panels, custom lighting systems, advanced cooling components, and highly specialized materials make repairs extremely complicated. Bugatti also controls its service network very carefully. Only approved technicians and approved facilities can work on many of these vehicles. That system helps Bugatti maintain quality and protect its reputation, but also creates huge dependence on the manufacturer itself. Owners are often forced to rely completely on Bugatti for maintenance, diagnostics, and replacement parts. This level of control normally stays invisible because wealthy owners simply accept the process. However, after the Miami crash, the hidden system became public. Suddenly, people discovered how much influence Bugatti still had over a car after it had already been sold. Reports claimed the company placed restrictions on the damaged vehicle's VIN number, preventing official dealers from supplying parts connected to that chassis. Online communities started calling it a blacklist, whether people agreed with the decision or not. The reaction was immediate because the idea sounded shocking. Many viewers felt uncomfortable hearing that a company could effectively lock a car out of its official support network. Others argued that hypercars are different from ordinary vehicles and require strict safety rules because of their extreme engineering. The debate quickly spread beyond Bugatti itself. Car enthusiasts started asking bigger questions about modern technology, digital control, software locks, and whether companies now have too much power over products people legally own. Once repair estimates began circulating online, public interest exploded even further. People are already fascinated by expensive cars, but seeing the actual cost of replacing individual Bugatti parts felt almost unreal. Reports claim the repair estimate reached around $1.7 million for parts alone. The numbers sounded so extreme that many viewers thought they had to be fake. However, individual line items quickly spread across social media and automotive forums. Headlights were reportedly priced at well over $100,000 for repair. Carbon fiber body panels carried prices that could buy luxury homes in some countries. Even smaller pieces and trim components cost more than brand new sports cars. For ordinary people, these numbers felt impossible to understand. Many viewers compared the prices to their yearly salaries, homes, or entire businesses. The internet reacted exactly the way dramatic stories spread online today. Screenshots were reposted everywhere. Reaction channels discussed the situation. Automotive YouTubers analyzed the repair list in detail. Some viewers defended the prices by explaining that low-production hypercars require custom manufacturing, specialized labor, and extreme quality control. Others believed the pricing showed how luxury companies use exclusivity to maintain control and increase profits. The discussion became emotional because the repair bill represented more than money. To many people, it symbolized a growing distance between manufacturers and customers. Mat Armstrong's involvement changed the conversation even more because his channel had already built a reputation around repairing vehicles that other people considered impossible to fix. His audience enjoyed watching damaged supercars return to life through creative problem-solving instead of endless dealership spending. That background made this Bugatti story feel perfect for his channel. The situation was no longer just about repairing a hypercar. It became a challenge against the idea that only manufacturers have the right to decide whether a machine deserves a second life. Many viewers began rooting for the repair project before real work had even started. They saw the situation as an underdog story. On one side stood one of the world's most powerful automotive brands. On the other side stood a YouTube mechanic known for rebuilding wrecked cars inside workshops that looked far more ordinary than Bugatti's official facilities. That contrast created powerful emotional engagement for viewers, and it helped transform the repair process into a global online event. Mat Armstrong became popular online because he understands something many traditional car companies ignore. Modern audiences love watching broken things return to life. His videos are not only about cars. They are about solving problems, overcoming limits, and proving experts wrong. Over time, his channel built trust because viewers could see the work happening step by step instead of simply hearing marketing promises. He often buys crashed vehicles, studies the damage carefully, searches for affordable solutions, and slowly rebuilds cars many people consider destroyed forever. That approach feels authentic to viewers because it combines engineering, risk, creativity, and storytelling at the same time. When Armstrong looked at the damaged Bugatti, he reportedly believed the car could still be repaired. The carbon fiber tub showed damage, but it did not appear completely destroyed. The engine still existed. Important systems still functioned. In his view, the vehicle had not reached a point where repair became impossible. That opinion immediately created conflict with Bugatti's position. Suddenly, the internet saw two completely different interpretations of the same machine. Bugatti's side focused on strict standards, official procedures, and concerns about safety and liability. Armstrong's side focused on possibility, practical inspection, and the belief that repair should remain an option if the work can be completed correctly. The conflict represented a much larger cultural shift happening across many industries. People increasingly dislike the idea that companies can limit repair access through software locks, proprietary systems, or restricted parts networks. Similar debates already exist around smartphones, tractors, gaming consoles, and electronics. The Bugatti story simply brought the same issue into the world of hypercars, where the numbers and drama felt much bigger. Armstrong's audience strongly supported the repair effort because it symbolized independence. Many viewers saw him as proof that passion and skill can sometimes compete with giant corporations. Social media intensified this feeling because every update created new excitement. People watched closely for signs of progress, failure, or public responses from Bugatti. The story also helped introduce millions of casual viewers to the hidden realities of modern automotive ownership. Many people never realize how dependent some luxury cars are on factory approval systems, specialized software, and manufacturer-controlled parts networks. As more details appeared online, the public conversation became less about a single damaged Bugatti and more about whether owners truly control the vehicles they purchase. One reason the situation became so important is because it unfolded publicly instead of privately. Years ago, a conflict like this might have stayed hidden behind legal agreements and quiet negotiations. Today, social media changes everything. The owner of the damaged Bugatti reportedly became frustrated with the situation and began discussing it openly online. Public posts and statements turned a private repair issue into internet drama involving millions of viewers. At one point, discussions about reverse engineering and 3D printing replacement parts began attracting massive attention. That possibility worried many observers because it directly challenged the idea that only official manufacturers can create acceptable components for hypercars. The internet loves stories where ordinary people challenge powerful systems, and this case fit perfectly into that pattern. Every new video, rumor, or update spread quickly across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and automotive forums. Public opinion started becoming an important factor. Companies with luxury reputations usually prefer to control their image carefully, but social media makes that much harder. Viewers now expect transparency, explanations, and visible accountability. When people feel a company is behaving unfairly, negative reactions can spread globally within hours. At the same time, brands also fear setting dangerous precedents. If Bugatti allowed unrestricted independent repairs on heavily damaged hypercars, the company risked safety problems, lawsuits, and damage to its reputation if repaired vehicles later failed. This created a difficult balancing act. The internet often treats stories as simple battles between heroes and villains, but real situations are usually more complicated. Still, perception matters enormously online. Mat Armstrong's videos gave viewers a clear emotional narrative to follow. People watched the damaged Bugatti move through workshops, inspections, and repair stages while wondering whether the project would actually succeed. Every repair component felt like proof that the impossible might be possible after all. This public visibility created pressure that traditional automotive companies are not always prepared to handle. Luxury brands historically relied on exclusivity and secrecy. YouTube culture operates in the exact opposite way. Audiences now expect behind-the-scenes access, open discussion, and visible problem-solving. The Bugatti situation became a perfect example of old-world luxury culture colliding with modern internet transparency. Whether Bugatti liked it or not, millions of people were now emotionally invested in seeing the car return to life. As the story continued spreading online, the discussion slowly moved beyond Bugatti and Mat Armstrong entirely. People started asking broader questions about what ownership actually means in the modern world. When someone spends millions buying a vehicle, should the manufacturer still control how it gets repaired? Should companies have the ability to block access to parts, software, or diagnostics after the sale is complete? These questions are becoming more important every year because modern products increasingly depend on digital systems controlled by manufacturers. Cars today are filled with software, sensors, and electronic security features. In many cases, owners cannot fully repair their own vehicles without factory approval tools. Supporters of these systems argue to protect safety, cybersecurity, emissions compliance, and quality standards. Critics argue they reduce consumer freedom and create unnecessary dependence on corporations. The Bugatti case became symbolic because the numbers involved were so extreme. A normal repair disagreement suddenly involved millions of dollars, one of the world's rarest hypercars, and a massive YouTube audience following every development. For many viewers, the story represented frustration that already existed beneath the surface. Farmers have complained about restricted tractor repairs. Smartphone users have argued against locked components and expensive official service programs. Gamers have criticized online-only systems and digital ownership restrictions. The Bugatti situation simply brought these concerns into a glamorous and dramatic environment that attracted mainstream attention. Mat Armstrong's role became important because he represented independent capability. His workshop was not a giant manufacturer-backed facility with endless corporate resources. Yet viewers watched him approach the project methodically, solving problems one by one. That created hope for people who dislike seeing repair access controlled entirely by manufacturers. At the same time, critics of the project warned that rebuilding hypercars is not the same as repairing ordinary vehicles. Cars capable of extreme speeds require incredible engineering precision. Even small mistakes can become dangerous. This is why the debate remains so divided online. Both sides had arguments people could understand. However, from a storytelling perspective, the underdog narrative remains stronger emotionally. Audiences naturally enjoy seeing individuals challenge systems that appear too powerful. The internet especially rewards stories where knowledge, persistence, and creativity overcome money and authority. The damaged Bugatti eventually became much more than a crashed hypercar sitting inside a workshop. It became a symbol of where the automotive world may be heading in the future. Modern vehicles are becoming increasingly digital, connected, and dependent on manufacturer control systems. Electric cars, software updates, subscription features, and online diagnostics are changing the relationship between owners and automakers. Many companies now treat vehicles almost like technology platforms instead of simple machines. That shift creates convenience and advanced features, but also increases corporate control. The Bugatti story showed how uncomfortable people become when that control appears too powerful. Millions of viewers watch because they fear the future where ownership becomes limited by software permissions, official approval systems, and locked repair networks. Mat Armstrong's project represented the opposite idea. His work suggested that skilled independent mechanics still have value even in a world dominated by complex technology. The public response proved there's